We're there. We go to a lot of different places, guys, when I do this. Hey. I'm glad that you're here. Okay, record. Welcome, everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia. Today, I'm sharing some information with you that I have no doubt can absolutely be life-changing. And I first found out about it 15 years ago in 2008. At the time, I was practicing medicine full-time as a physician assistant. I saw 60 to 70 patients a day. I was thinking about it this morning while I was at the gym and how many Fridays I like would go in and think, I have so much to do. I want to be with my kids. I want to go do the holiday stuff with them. And I can't because I have to see 60 patients today. And Fridays were big money making days. And so there was absolutely no way that I could ever miss a Friday. And I remember I used to say, am I ever going to be able to call in on a Friday? I did very well as a PA in a dermatology office, a high-end dermatology office. I was trained by one of the best cosmetic dermatologists in Miami. And so I was frantically looking for time freedom. I'll tell you that. I was frantically looking for time freedom. And as a result, my husband and I started two businesses in 2008, a construction company and a skincare retail store. My brothers called me and asked me to look at this business, and I was working full time. He was working full time. We had two children under the age of 3. I had two businesses, a literal brick and mortar location in Ponte Vedra Beach with employees and all the stuff that goes with that. And I said, I can't add anything to my plate. And so with that, with telling my brothers I can't add anything to my plate, they said, you can say no, just give us an educated no. And that made a lot of sense to me. So I agreed to take a look and said, I'll give it 5 minutes. And within 5 minutes, I knew that I was interested in learning more. I knew that this company was speaking truth. That agreement to take a look at this presentation absolutely changed my life, my family's life forever with just that one decision. So I'm going to introduce you to a company called PURE. It stands for People United Reaching Everyone. Some people are attracted to the health aspect of what we have. It is actually what attracted me, but just as many people are attracted to the potential income. We're in the month of December right now. People have limited budgets. They only have so much money to spend. And this can be a time of high stress for a lot of people. They have gifts that they need to buy. They have things that they need to do. And they're worried about how much money they're going to spend, constantly worried. And I will tell you, there have been times in my life that I've been in that stage. And you start to think, how do I get out of that? And like I said, Fridays in my past life, like I can't afford not to work a Friday. I have too many things coming up in the next couple of weeks, too many gifts to buy, too many Christmas trees and gifts and dinners. And I couldn't afford to not work. So how do I make money how do I make money and spend time with my kids? That was like what was weighing me down. And I kept, I'm going to say, lying to myself and telling myself they're babies, they're little, they won't remember that mom wasn't here. They won't remember. They started to call my nanny mom, and it was driving me bananas. So when I looked at this company, my brothers thought I'd be interested in the income. I was interested in the health aspect. My nephew had just been diagnosed with severe autism. I had sat with my sister as the doctor said he will never speak, and I had a lot of questions about that. And so I began doing research, and I'm not talking about Googling on Wikipedia. I was reading books. I was diving into Medscape. I was reading clinically published study on autism and what it was, and I wanted to know why he had it. And I came to the conclusion that nutrition is really important. And I was doing all the things. I had the pantry full of expensive nutrition supplementation. I had the organic garden. I had the juicer. And I saw a simplified answer to nutrition with this company. They utilized it for 30 years in a clinical practice. They were starting because there was this demand for people to get the products without having to go do a consultation with a physician. That was a 3-year waiting list to get in. And when I started looking at the back of what they offered, the bottles, the nutritional facts, and I heard their message of cleanse your body of toxins, balance out your pH, help your body get alkaline, and build your cells up with whole raw food nutrition, I said, I'm in. This is going to save me time. We started to have radical changes in our health. And guys, we thought we were healthy, but my insomnia issues resolved. My son's constipation issues resolved. I lost 32 pounds in 3 months, dropped from a size 14 to a size 8 like that. My husband's horrible anger issues resolved, and I still wasn't sold. It wasn't until my nephew went from being nonverbal autistic to speaking in full sentences, still autistic, but speaking and communicating, that I said, I have to get involved with this company. I have to tell people about this. And once I began to tell people, these checks started to come in and they started to exponentially grow. I mean, they were small at first, $35, $87, $226, like small. This is interesting. What's this coming in for? It was kind of like I'd planted a vending machine on the side of I-10 and people were stopping and getting these products from me because I was telling people, obviously, and it was obvious in the way that I looked. But then it began to exponentially grow. And the key was consistency and being persistent. So my question to you as I go on is there something in your life right now that if you spend 30 minutes a day on it, 5 days a week, it will pay you weekly checks for decades to come? If not, you guys look at this, because passive residual income is not something that most Americans have access to. Typically only the singers or the actors, Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg, all the people in the Christmas movies, they're getting paid right now from work they did years ago. Are you getting paid right now from work you did years ago? So I joined for the simplicity. I'm still here today because I've helped tens of thousands of people throw prescriptions in the trash. I know how real this is. I know what it can do. We have medical doctors joining us every week because they know prevention is better than prescription. Okay, but let me ask you this question. Let's say that it was the year 2000. Somebody came up to you and said, hey, there's this company called Amazon. We're looking for brand partners. In the future, we believe everybody's going to be buying everything online. Yep, even all their Christmas gifts. They're not going to go to the mall. They're going to buy it online. We're looking for people to help us get memberships, get people with memberships. And if your brother, you get someone signed up as a membership with Amazon, we're going to give you 10 to 50% of whatever they purchase for the rest of their lives. Would you have seen it? I don't know if I would have seen it, but this is what Pure is like, guys. It is better than our competition. We have people joining us every day who are into nutrition, who are buying from multiple different companies, who compare what we have, give it a shot because there's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, and they're still here years later because of the results. It's better than what's out there. And everyone with a body needs to be taking care of their body. We're different from other companies because we're one for everyone. We're for every man, every woman, every child, every dog, every cat, everybody who has a body at some point or another recognizes that, maybe what I'm putting in matters. And when they start to look, it becomes overwhelming and too hard. We make it simple. 30 seconds of nutrition in the morning gets you more nutrition than your average school room of kids gets in a week. It's consumable. This is a smart business because you don't want your people buying things one time. You're going to sell something or offer a service. You want them coming back over and over and over again. That's passive residual income. You don't want to have to call them at the end of the month. Hey, you're running out. Do you need some more? This is why we're different. 93 out of 100 people who start with our starter package repurchase because of the results that they feel. And it's a satisfaction guarantee. Whole Foods doesn't offer that. Amazon doesn't offer that. This business model is touted as one of the best by some of the most brilliant guys that are living in this time. Richard Branson says everyone should have a small business for the write-off. And for those of you that are employees and don't know what that means, you all get tax money back at the beginning of the year, right? Well, if you start a small business on the side, the investment in that business and whatever you have to pay to keep that business going, you can write it off. Meaning, instead of you paying, let's say you make $100,000, instead of you paying $30,000 in taxes, okay, 30%, instead of you paying $30,000 in taxes on $100,000, if you invest in a business, and let's say you spend $5,000 on that business, okay, you now are paying taxes on $95,000 instead of $100,000 because you invested in a business. But here's the key with this business. You're not buying a Subway franchise. You're buying food that your family consumes, and that's your business startup. It was so mind-blowing to me that I didn't see this as a business. My CPA looked at our investment here and said, I think we can write that off. I think that's a business. I was like, oh, no, it's not business. We just bought food and ate it. He's like, no, I think it's a business. Show me the paperwork. He was right. Best business I ever started. Extremely low startup cost, lower than my monthly overhead was on my skincare store. Extremely low monthly overhead. I was already purchasing supplementation. I just replaced that with this. I started 2 businesses in 2008 because of Robert Kiyosaki, because I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, because I recognized that majority of Americans trade our hours for dollars. We get it. We go to school, we get good grades, we get a job, and we work the rest of our lives making someone else money, helping them live their dreams. And I was like, I want to be that entrepreneur. I want to be that person. How do I get there? So I just started trying. I got real brave in 2008, stumbled into this third business. And he came out with a book in 2010 that said, the business of the 21st century is this business. Passive residual income for decades to come. One thing is finding a good business. We've been around 15 years. Most businesses that start don't make it past the 5-year mark. They run out of money. They don't have good products. People don't repeat purchase. We've been around 15 years. We're totally debt free. Some of our investors are the wealthiest, some of the wealthiest men in the world. We don't have money problems. So do you have someone else working to make you money while you're sleeping? I had this conversation with my son yesterday. I'm like, the key is to be able to leverage your time so you make money while you sleep. So I just literally put an order in for somebody. I told someone who told someone who told someone. A third person decided to come in. We watched a presentation. The original person I told is working at the hospital today. And I just put an order in which she made somewhere between $200 to $400 on that order while she's working at the hospital. She doesn't even know that any of this transpired. You have someone doing that for you right now? Because if you don't, you should be listening very closely. I was attracted to how it started because I had a medical license. I was like, oh my gosh, 30 years in a clinical practice. I can't out research that. Cleanse, balance, build is truth. I start looking at the products. I'm like, this is good stuff. They decided to spread it by word of mouth. Instead of paying for a marketing firm to do billboards and commercials and radio ads, they just paid word of mouth. It's brilliant. It's really smart. And that's why really smart people like Tony Robbins and Richard Branson says it's a brilliant business model. I believe after 20 years of practicing medicine and 15 years of being a brand partner with this company that the reason we're all struggling with health, the majority of the health issues we struggle with are because of 3 things. We're toxic. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles. Our food's going into plastic containers and being stuck in the microwave. Our food is being sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. So we're being poisoned and the cancer rates are shooting up. We're out of balance. I could talk about our lack of sleep and the stress and the lack of exercise and too much sugar, but I really like to talk about what this book talks about, which is pouring too much meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread into our bodies, and we're acidic. We're living acidic lives. And we need to help our bodies get to the pH it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be at this 1 pH. That's where it operates best. You can either help it or hurt it. Okay. If you're pouring in meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread more so than plants, you're going to have a hard time getting over here. It'll do it. Your body's amazing. You've seen the survivors of the Holocaust or prisoner of war survivors, like what their bodies went through, and the fact that they're still walking and talking and functioning is mind-boggling. Like you can totally starve your body of nutrition and still function. It'll bite you in the butt sooner or later, but you can do it for as long as you want to. Would you want to do that? I believe we all have cancer cells in our body. The question is, are you starving them or are you feeding them? I'm going to show you how to starve them. I'm going to show you how to give your body the nutrition that it needs. We're lacking in nutrition. Our kids are starving. Studies are showing it. And unfortunately, whatever's in your genetic pipeline, whatever your parents are struggling with in their 70s and 80s, arthritis, dementia, Parkinson's, high cholesterol, diabetes, circulation issues, eye issues, it's coming down to you. It's going to hit your kids faster than it hits you because of the lack of movement, because of the poison they're consuming, the lack of nutrition in the food. You can't get it from your food anymore, guys. Studies that came out over a decade ago show a decade ago, you had to eat 8 oranges, 8 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat to get what our grandparents got from one of each of those things. What's going to happen to our kids in 10 years, guys? We have the high nutrition, high quality, high concentration, small, like literally 30 seconds in the morning. You get what you need. I'm going to show you videos of my boys taking it. Here's the answer. We got to cleanse the toxins out of our body. Organs, the eliminatory channels we have been working your whole life to get the microparticles of plastic and the herbicides and pesticides and fungicides out. So you think if you pour some good nutrition in, your body's just going to absorb it? No, you got to get the junk out. And then we can pour the nutrition in. We have medical doctors joining us every week. I always say, I'm not going to make claims about what's going to happen for you. Just put the puzzle together as I'm talking. Why would a medical doctor be joining us? This book, The Truth About Cancer, teaches you why I learned only about pharmacologic medications in school. I didn't learn about nutrition. I didn't learn about the importance of vitamin C and vitamin D and omega-3s and sulfur. I didn't learn about any of that. Yet all of them are essential for our bodies to function the way we're supposed to function. Isn't that weird? This book explains why. And once you understand why, you can't unknow that truth, which is why when I saw Cleanse, Balance, Build, I knew it was truth. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference, and it all comes down to these core products. So our company offers over 50 products. They're amazing. We have a sports line that I cannot live without. Neither can my husband or my boys. We have a metabolic reset. We're about to have a transformation challenge in January with cash prizes. That's awesome and includes everything I'm about to talk about, but I don't want to confuse you. Okay. If you start with these 7 products, 93 out of 100 people who do repurchase a couple of products going forward. I want you to think of this as your servicing. You're servicing your body like you take your car in to get it serviced every 10,000 miles. Okay. I have 2 air conditionings at my Airbnb down at the beach. I just got a quote for a servicing for $5,000. If I don't service those 100 yards from the ocean, the salt water, they'll probably break, and then I'll have to pay for new air conditioning. Okay. So I've got to get them serviced. When was the last time you serviced your body? And I want you to know there's a difference between servicing your body and going into the doctor and saying, I have some knee pain, my stomach's hurting, I can't, my eyes are bothering me, I'm tired, I have migraines every month and I don't know why. And they do some scans and some blood work and write you some, or maybe they say, hey, we need to cut out your thyroid or your gallbladder. We're really good at cutting out organs in this country when they don't seem to work anymore. We don't think about cleansing, balancing, building. So these are the essential things you need. We cleanse the 7 channels, the lungs, the liver, the skin, the lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, intestines. We pour plant-based nutrition in that you've been missing probably your whole life. And they're pretty radical results typically within the first couple weeks. If you're over 40, you're toxic and you're lacking in nutrition. If you're on prescriptions, you're toxic and you're lacking in nutrition. I recommend the Core Complete. It has all the superfruits. Each of them have been used for 3,000 years plus in the areas where they're grown, studied for over 3 decades here, and are 100% goji, acai, noni, and mangosteen. No fruit juices have been added to it to make it palatable for the American who likes sweet tea and Mountain Dew all day long, okay? We have ways that you can get it down if you're addicted to sugar. We'll show you how to do that. But my goodness, you guys, give your body a 30-day servicing. You get one house to live in, you have it your whole life. But most of us treat this better, or our houses better, or our cars better than we do our one home. I'm just asking you to think about doing a 30-day servicing, not just for you, but for your family. When I started, I got the family package. I had 4 in my household, plus my sister and her son. I'm like, give me the family pack. I want everybody to do this. Because clearly, we had a child who had autism. My husband was struggling with depression and anger. I didn't expect changes from that. But when his depression and anger issues were gone 6 weeks in, y'all, that was marriage saving. That was 10 years of marriage. We're going to hit 25 years of marriage in April. Thank God for Pure. So these are the 6 things people typically feel: better sleep, more energy, less pain, better bowel habits, better mood, and weight loss. If you're struggling with migraines, insomnia, ADHD, being pre-diabetic, sugar levels, circulation levels, Raynaud's phenomenon, reflux, what do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose. Okay. And this is how easy it is. My boys slam it back every morning before they go to school. Those are the immune boosters, the capsules right there. This was during the pandemic, and they're drinking their superfruits. They're drinking their liquid vitamin. They're drinking their calcium every morning. They've been doing it since they were little. I have videos of them as toddlers. I should throw that in here as well. And since they were little, more nutrition in 30 seconds than their whole class gets in a week. And it is obvious if we go a week without it. Obvious in their focus, obvious in their mood, obvious in their schoolwork, obvious in their pooping and their sleeping, obvious. They ask for it. Smoothies are a fantastic thing and a huge part of our metabolic reset, not as a meal replacement, but as a snack throughout your day. And then we have loads of training videos if you decide to join us, where you can really see how to make the smoothie, how to get it into your kids' food, French toast, waffles, muffins. We have so many things that are fantastic, guys. You can learn a lot more on purelifechangers.com. I highly recommend checking out this site. We have the doctors educating on the products. You want to know what's in our multivitamin? Go there. You want to know why our omega-3 product is better than anything else out on the planet? Go there. You want to know about our energy product and why it should be called Focus? 6 to 8 hours of dialed in focused energies with plant brain food. Yeah, go check it out. For calcium that's plant-based, alkalinizing, perfectly combined with magnesium. It's not cow's milk. It's not dairy. There's no dairy in any of this. You guys are probably going to love what we have. So you can also go to Changing Lives with Pure. You have to know somebody that I know to get into this group. Okay. But on this site, once you're in there, use the search box and type in migraines, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, whatever you want, and pull up the thousands of testimonies that have been posted over the last few years. I started out wanting to help people, right? That's why I went to medical school, was to help people. And I was used to impacting the lives of the 60 people I saw every day. That's what I did. I took pride in that. I really tried to be the best caregiver I could. And so when I shared this with Betty, who's in her 70s and couldn't even get to the mailbox every day because she was in so much pain, so tired, so fatigued. And within weeks, she's now not just going to the mailbox, but walking the block, saying hi to the neighbors, meeting everybody, talking to everybody. And then she calls me and says, my neighbors are now wanting the products. My neighbors are now taking the products. Rachel, I'm getting a check every week. That was mind blowing for me. I was used to impacting the people I knew. I wasn't used to impacting other people. And I definitely wasn't used to helping people get a check. That was, I mean, I was an employer for the people who worked in my skincare store, but then Betty was getting a check and she was on a fixed income at the age of 70 plus. That was when I kind of was like, moment where I realized I need to share this with others. I can impact a lot of people. How do we do that? So we've created a system where you literally get training 30 minutes a day on your phone. You can spend as little or as much time on it. But my plea is 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day. If you do that, we've seen thousands of people earning weekly checks. It is the future, guys. Online shopping, and everybody knows health and wellness is the future. It's just, this is the best of the best. You won't find better. Livepure.com is where you go shopping. Go throw in the family package if you've got a family of 4 or more. Service your whole family. The Reset Plus is what includes the Core Complete. It includes our sports line, metabolism boosters, fat burners, and you will get launched on all of that in January, where we're going to have this transformation challenge. But throw what you want into your cart at the checkout. It's going to say, do you want to be a preferred customer? Yes, get 25% off. Just give them your email address and go set up your smart ship, because that won't come out for 28 days. And that's how our products are more affordable than our competition. If you're interested in being a brand partner, let me ask you a question. Have you thought of somebody else who needs this? Are you nervous about money in December? Are you always looking for additional income streams? Are you struggling financially? You should consider being a brand partner. It's $49 to get your business started. And really, you just start sharing it. We teach you how to share it. It's like this. Teresa, I found something amazing. I think it might be right up your alley. Can you get online tonight at 8 o'clock to take a look? That's the information. It's very simple. Okay. And it's like the lady at the breakfast shop. Would you like some coffee, ma'am? Would you like some coffee, sir? I saw it at the airport a month ago. When somebody says no, she doesn't throw down the mug and run out saying, I'm no good at my job. We're just inviting people to take a look. Now, I can invite your friends, but I'm going to sound like a political salesperson if I do, and they're going to hang up on me. Okay. The reason I looked at this was because my brothers are my brothers. I had patients every day trying to get me to look at oils and creams and all kinds of stuff. My brother said, we need you to take a look at this. That's why you're looking. It's somebody you believe, like, and trust said, hey, take a look. That's how this works. You just invite people to take a look. If it's for them, they'll know. They won't be able to sleep. They'll get on purelifechangers.com. They'll get on Changing Lives with Pure. They'll get on our YouTube sites, and boom, hours of videos. And before you know it, those customers turn into people who want to share it. And we're only building 2 teams. So whoever invited you guys, they probably invited 20 people. And if they invited 20 people, they're only building 2 teams. So let's say Bob's like, you know what, my health is not good. I definitely need to get ahead financially. I'm hitting 60 this year. I don't know how I'm going to get out of the debt that I'm in. And each year I'm just older and in more pain. So yes, give me the family package. I want my whole family serviced. I probably won't be able to talk to you about it till January, but put me in. Well, then Kristen says, I'm in. And Linda says, I'm in. Just so you know the numbers, 4 out of 10 watch a presentation, typically join. Okay. Beth says, I'm in. Leah says, I'm in. There's only 2 places to put them. So Beth, Leah, Brenda, all go on Bob's team. Bob's getting emails while he's at work the next day, teaching with the kids. He's a teacher. Well, who are these people and why did they join my team? What's happening? Every time Beth, Leah, and Brenda order, and anybody they tell that orders, it goes into a savings account for Bob. That when he begins to follow our system 30 minutes a day and share with others, don't not follow our system, guys. I've been doing this 15 years. It's rare to find someone who's been doing this 15 years, who's still working in the same company she started with, who's still doing the same thing and talking with as much money as I make, talking with you and interacting with you on a regular basis. It's very rare to find. Okay. Don't go do your own thing. It works. $49 to get started in the business. Military and students are free. Business packages get waived as well. Monthly overhead is about $140 a month for 3 or 4 products. You should be buying that for your family or yourself already. If you can't afford that, Then if your customers buy 3 to 4 products a month, your monthly overhead is covered. This is why they say this is a laughable investment. Your first order, you can do whatever you want. I recommend the family package. It's actually $4,000 worth of products for $2,500. And we have a coupon for you that you can get it for $2,000. So it's 50% off. It's $4,000 worth of products for $2,000. Hello, that's awesome. Membership fee waived, shipping fee waived. You get our 30 minutes a day of training. You get in a company star bonus program, which pays you more once you begin to share. And you get in my VIP mentoring program, which we starting January will be meeting weekly. And this is again, just for those people in my VIP program for mentoring, coaching, Q&A sessions. Only the VIPs get that. You also get 4 coupons to share with others. The Reset Plus is one of my favorite packs. It's $2,000 worth of products. With the coupon, it's dropped all the way down to $1,200. Shipping fee waived, membership fee waived. This is for 2 people to do the 6-week program. It's fantastic. You do not get my VIP trainings and sessions or the ability to earn my leadership VIP trips, but you do get the 30 minutes a day of training and 4 coupons to share. But you can start wherever you want. Core Plus for one person to be serviced is less than $10 a day for 30 days. The average person will go forward with 2 to 3 products after that because they feel different. They feel a result. If you're taking supplements and you can't tell when you take them and you can't tell when you don't, you need to switch. Core Plus is $414. That's my favorite starter package. All right, how do I make my money back? All the guys always ask this. Well, I just told you the numbers. 3 to 4 out of 10 who watch a presentation join. If 4 people join with the same package you joined, you just made your money back. Or you just made your family's health for free, and now you've got a passive cash flow business. Okay, so how many people will you invite? That's really what it comes down to. I don't know how many people you know. I don't know your work ethic. I don't know what you're going to do here. But if I had seen this in the beginning, which I didn't, I probably would have been trying to get as many people to watch a presentation as possible. Livepure.com. Throw what you want in your pack. Go to checkout. You guys, your life can change forever. If you like to travel, you just found your best thing ever. I love to travel. I used to work 14-hour days, ran 2 businesses, had 2 babies, had no time to travel. My husband and I have been to Hawaii 3 times. This company paid for us to go. Bora Bora, company paid for us to stay at 4 seasons in the over-the-water huts. Australia, we stayed literally with views of the Opera House and the Sydney Harbor Bridge. This was earlier this year at the Amalfi Coast, and I helped these 50 people earn this trip. I have a goal to help 200 people earn the trip to Greece, which is in September of 2023. If you're watching today and you like to travel, get ready. We have a lot of fun. There's no cap to what you can make. I started with 30 minutes a day. I started with 1 phone call a day. And very quickly, the checks began to grow. And within a year, they're coming in every week, getting higher, higher, higher. And I thought, gosh, what if I hated the skincare store? I mean, I hated it. What if I closed that sucker down? Start spending the time I was spending on this. And they just began to grow and grow and grow. So you can spend as little or as much time on this as you want. It's totally up to you. If I've caught your attention, if there's something here that has made you think I'm interested in learning more, I'll stay on for a minute. I'll answer your questions. There's a Q&A at the bottom of the Zoom. Get on tonight. Oh, today's Friday. I'm not doing tonight. I'm doing tomorrow, live at noon, Saturday at noon, Sunday at 8. I'm doing 1 more week of lives every single day. And then I'm taking a break for the weeks of Christmas. And I'll be coming back the week after Christmas, going live regularly again, because the metabolic reset will be released, because people will be setting New Year's goals, because people will want to do it, make a change. They'll say, this is the last December I will ever be struggling for money, and looking at my cards and seeing how much balance is left on each of them. That's the last time I'm going to do it. I need to make a change. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, guys, your lives can be changed. Thanks so much for joining us. Doesn't look like there's any questions. So I hope I get to meet you and see you in the very near future. Good night, everybody.